Hello, this is your BNB specialist, and today we are going to talk about help. Help is all we Airbnb hosts needed when the pandemic started. We were the first victims of the pandemic, and we all know how desperately we needed help at those times. And a lot of us still need that help. There are lots of government programs, aids, which are available there. We are looking for it, but somehow we are not able to find what is the right aid or the program we should take help from. For that, I've got a very special guest on this video today. I've got Josh from claimyouraid.com. They do exactly what we Airbnb hosts need. They help us find the right government program which provides us the help we need. Without taking too much of time, I'm just going to pass on the mic to my friend Josh, who's going to tell us all about Claim Your Aid and why he had to start this. Josh, over to you.
Thanks, Bryce, and appreciate you having me on the show today.
How did you start Claim Your Aid? What is the
Yeah,
story behind it?
so the background on me and my wife and I had been very involved in the Airbnb community for almost a decade. We've been managing properties on Airbnb for 8 years, superhost almost all that time, under a company called Aviva Away. And as we grew the company, we found the need years ago for automation, and there wasn't much out there. So we built software called Aviva IQ, which I'm sure many of your users are using to automate messages, and have been able to grow the management business to over 100 properties, and have been able to license the software to tens of thousands of folks around the world. And business couldn't be better. We were so grateful. And then the pandemic hit, and everything changed overnight. Our bookings went in reverse. We weren't getting bookings, we were just getting cancellations. The folks that were using our software, the same, they were getting cancellations. And we're just trying to figure out how to survive. And there was a lot of uncertainty, and I saw in the news and the papers information about um, ways that the government was talking
Yeah.
about helping, and yeah, spent a lot of time researching it and trying to figure out which of these government programs can help. Um, there's a lot, it turns out there. The rules keep changing. Some of them have changed 5, 6, 7, 8 times in the last year.
Wow.
Um, some of them are federal programs, some of them are state, some of them are county, some of them are city programs. But there's quite a few. We've actually been fortunate enough to um, receive aid from 6 programs so far, and ultimately decided to create a website called claimyouraid.com, which is what you're seeing behind me. And now trying to give back, and finding a way to help as many hosts out there as possible so that they could learn about the programs that are relevant for them and assist them in qualifying for as much aid as humanly possible for them and for their businesses.
Wow. And Josh, is this purely for US based Airbnb hosts at the moment?
Um, so there's definitely aid out there in many different countries. Um, we're focusing so far on US based programs. We look to expand over time. But at this point, we're working on 21 different programs here in the States, and we'll expand that within the States and then eventually overseas too.
Okay. And does any host would qualify, or do they have to have a certain level of revenue? I understand. I completely understand it is more complicated than this, but
Sure.
can are you saying only business uh, Airbnb hosts who are running a business are eligible for these programs, or any host like me who's got just one property could be eligible for these programs as well?
It's actually across the board. So there are some programs set up for the little guys. There's others that have more flexibility if you're larger and have more business and more properties. So definitely, I urge folks to look at what's out there or come to claimyouraid.com and we'll help them navigate what's out there. We've helped folks that are small get aid, sometimes 10, 20 grand.
Wow.
We've helped large hosts get six figures, well into the six figures.
Wow.
And kind of at the middle ground, we've helped a specific example, a husband-wife team, to be able to get just over $100,000 in aid. So there's a lot out there, and all of these programs that we work with are aid that does not need to be paid back. So grants, forgivable loans, other ways they name it, but never do we work with programs that are going to require you to give the money back. So that's what's powerful about it.
That's amazing. And so it doesn't guarantee everyone, but you're saying they need to get in touch with you and you will be able to tell very quickly whether someone is eligible for a program or not. How does the whole process work? What do people need to do to find
Yeah.
out?
So right now we've gotten to the point where we know the ins and outs. Like I said earlier, 21 different programs. We built a system internally that overlays across those 21, so that we look at the commonalities, so that if someone's interested, they can go to claimyouraid.com, sign up for a free consultation. It's 15 minutes long. During that time, they'll either speak with me or one of the other customer success advocates on the team, and we will go down a list of about a dozen questions. Depending on the conversation, it may open up a few other questions. But from those questions, it'll quickly help us narrow down, out of those 21 programs, which of those that you're eligible for, which you're not, and those that you're eligible for, how much funding and eligibility that you may be able to qualify for. And then at the end of the call, we'll share that as the takeaway and give folks the option of either running with it on their own, or they can engage with us um, to have us assist them and hold their hands from that point all the way through the application process until qualification and eventually until the disbursement of funds.
That's amazing. And Josh, is this across US, right? It's not specific to few states. It could be anywhere. There are a few federal
Okay.
programs and then few state programs as well.
Exactly.
Is that
Yeah,
true?
the federal will work for anyone in the US.
Yeah.
And then depending on the states that we're aware of programs for, or the cities we're aware of or programs for, there'll be subset or pockets that will be additionally relevant to different folks. For instance, here in California, where I am, there's a program that's state specific that is open to California folks, and it's actually getting ready to expire. So folks that are listening to this that are in California should definitely run to this and sign up as quickly as possible before it does expire.
Okay. Sounds exciting, Josh. And um, is there an incentive for my viewers? I think you were mentioning a code for my bnbspecialist.com. Is there?
Yeah, you and I talked before the show, so we put together a promo code for your users that not only will they get assistance in through the whole application process, but any fees that would be required of them, they would be eligible for 10% off if they use the promo code that we put in place for them, which is BNB Specialist. So if they sign up, go to claimyouraid.com and sign up for the free consultation. There'll be a spot for who you referred by, or to put in a promo code, and the promo code is BNB Specialist.
Thank you. Thank you for that, Josh. I think that's about it. That is
Yeah,
very important information. Key. I wish I had something like this in UK and other parts of the world as well. But
it's coming.
absolutely, is it? Okay.
It's coming.
I'm really excited, Josh. Please do keep us informed once you roll this service in other parts of the world as well. Before we wrap up, do you have any final words to add, Josh?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked. I would like to give special thanks to a few folks, to Stan, Mac, Aaron, Greg, and the rest of the folks at a local organization here called St. Isidore's. If you're all watching this video, I want you to know that you've been so generous, kind, and motivating to me and my team and my family. What you do for people in need is just beautiful. And this is one of the core reasons that I started claimyouraid.com, so that we can make an impact in lives around the world, just like you do at a local level every day. So thank you.
That's amazing, Josh. So heart touching. Right. Okay. Thanks for coming on to this video, Josh. And I'm sure we will have a follow-on video a few weeks later once you've helped few of my viewers. Until then, I wish you all the best and stay in touch.
You got it. Thank you, Press. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Josh. Bye bye.